Hello, and let's continue the journey. Um, so this is an old tool. Language Stone's described it as the McDonald's of language learning because it's the same everywhere you go. Rosetta Stone. I bought the lifetime membership a few years ago. Um, I want to get used to speaking the language, but also hearing it properly. So that's why I'm using Rosetta Stone in this lesson. I'm obviously using different tools. Um, I'll continue to use Duolingo solely for the purpose of uh, character creation, like actually seeing the letters and hearing the sounds for those in particular. I'm not giving up on how to study Korean because I am going to continue learning that. I just want to use a different, or I just want to see what tools work best for me and also expand because I'm going to continue using how to study Korean mostly for like an explanation and because it's a free resource, but also because it's got an explanation built into why the sounds make what they do, how to build the words themselves. Something like Rosetta Stone's not going to do that, and you might get like a hint on Duolingo of that, but it doesn't really say it. And I think I'm going to continue using how to study Korean for the purposes of like getting that nuanced explanation as to what and why. And I'm going to use Rosetta Stone to practice like speaking and seeing and hearing. Um, I've used it in the past for several different languages, and obviously I haven't gotten past like I want to say I got to like unit 1.5 or something like that in Russian once. That was a lot of years ago, and I don't remember it. And I remember the like ultimate lesson at the very end. I got like every word wrong. I was saying everything inaccurate, and I wasn't responding how it wanted me to respond. Not just how I was pronouncing, but the word like it was just blanks for what you're supposed to say in response or initiation. But yeah, I was not ready to go on to Unit 2, which meant that everything I'd done in Unit 1, the way it's built, was basically just garbage up to that point, or just meaningless. That's a more accurate way of putting it. But this tool does help for learning vocabulary without just staring at a piece of paper going, mother, father, dishwasher, whatever. So let's go ahead and dive in because I'm going to start with the core lesson. This being Unit 1, Language Basics, Basic Sentences. Core lesson, this is a 30-minute lesson, supposedly. I don't know how true that is. So, let's dig in. Select your course, reading, writing, speaking, and listening extended. Get a little extra practice on letters, characters, and sounds. Your first reading activities include or introduce the sounds that letters and characters make. If you don't want to focus on this, uncheck the box. I do want to focus on this, so let's apply changes. All right, make sure your speaker is set up properly. Yes, I wish to do this. 1, 2, 3. Okay, apparently microphone set up successfully.
안녕하세요. 안녕하세요.
안녕하세요.
안녕하세요.
안녕하세요. Apparently that's how you say hello.
여자아이, 남자아이, 남자아이,
남자아이.
여자아이,
여자아이. 주스,
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 주스, 차,
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 차. That one's easier.
차, 물,
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 주스,
주스,
주스, 차,
차,
차, 물,
물.
물,
Apparently I'm saying that reasonably accurate. I have ads going on in the background.
여자아이가 밥을 먹어요. 여자아이가 주스를 마셔요. 남자아이가 밥을 먹어요.
남자이가 밥 밥을 무 mug mugu. I'm not familiar with that letter. All right, so this would be male versus feminine. Looks like the male feminine thing comes at the beginning because that's something that Rosetta Stone likes to do at the very beginning. That's for juice, and I don't see eat anywhere, or I don't see the verb conjugation. Wait, is that it? No, no, because the particle for like verbs ends in da, and I don't see that anywhere. All right, so that's the one for eating. 남자 이가 밥을 묵 밥을 묵. I'm gonna play this again just so I can hear it.
남자아이가 밥을 먹어요.
남자아이가 밥
남자아이가 밥을 먹어요.
밥을 먹이고. I know that's the right one.
남자아이가 물을 마셔요.
남자아이가 물을 마시고. I know the answer. I'm just trying to understand. I'm trying to hear it right.
여자아이,
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 남자아이,
남자아이.
남자아이,
Okay, that must be the word for boy and girl.
여자아이가 주스를 마셔요.
여자아이가 주스 다 마시고. 여자아이가 주스 다 마시고. Hold on.
여자아이가 주스를 마셔요.
여자아이가 주스 마시고. 여자아이가 주스 다 마시고. 여자아이가 주스 다 마시고. 야 주스 예수가
여자아이가 주스를 마셔요.
여자아이가 주스 다 마시고. Okay.
남자아이가 물을 마셔요.
남자아이가 마사주 가이고. 남자아이가 마사. 남자아이가 주스발. Okay. This is why I don't use Rosetta Stone, because it doesn't record the words themselves. Okay. So, this is a problem I noticed trying to do this with Japanese. It kind of assumes that you know the characters already. This is irritating as hell because you can't use character, or you can't just pronounce characters if you don't know what you're looking at. It does not teach you the alphabet. You have to just assume, and that core lesson clearly was not hearing what I was saying. So, and it wasn't just moving on to the next one saying, "All right, you're not getting it." So, yeah, I'm not doing that one again. Or so I'm not going to continue to use Duolingo for or Duolingo. I'm not going to continue to use Rosetta Stone for Korean. I may use it for a different language in the future, but now, was I saying it correctly the first time? I have no idea. I honestly couldn't tell you. I will, however, switch back to Duolingo because start from scratch. Bah. Alright, I'm doing a fresh lesson on Duolingo. Got. Nah. No. That one's wrong. Character A. That'd be this one. Nah. Oh. Go. Ga. Ka. Ah. Nah. Nah. Go. Oh. Ka. Nah. Ah. Oh. Ka. Ah. Nah. Go. Oh. Ko. Ko. Where are you? There you are. Ka. Oh. Ko. Where are you? There you are. Ka. Na. Ah. Oh, it wasn't a perfect lesson, but okay.
Get more with Super Duolingo. Go ad-free.
Alright, let's skip the Super Duolingo crap because I have no intention of using that. Lesson 1 is learn Korean vowels, which is what I'm looking for, honestly. So, let's uh 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 ka nu. Oh, that's ju, not nu. Do. Chu. Do. Oh, and then give me the sound. Ah. Da. Ta. Chu. Almost sounds like a ch when they're making the D sound. I don't know if that's right, but that's what I'm hearing. Ju. Ooh. 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 Not, ooh. Okay. Tall. Do. Ju. Ga.
가,
Ka. Nu.
더,
Tall. Sounds more like a T than it does a D. Do. Tu. Uh. Ah. Da. Ta. Ta. Nu. O. Tall. Do. Tu. Nu. Ah. Nu. Nu. Yay. Quit trying to get me to join Duolingo Super whatever. It's not what I'm here for. Okay, so lesson I've learned from this particular lesson, don't use Rosetta Stone to learn Far East languages. I don't know if it's this, because I have not attempted to use this for Duolingo yet on my desktop. And frankly, I have no faith in the app, like the Rosetta Stone app, because I don't know, it's just ass at this point. I honestly thought that it'd be useful. Turns out it's not. If I recall correctly, having the membership to it does allow you to have access to like instructors and whatnot, but I don't know how true that is. And I also heard that several years ago, so I don't know hell if anyone's even banning the programming anymore. So I'm just not going to use Rosetta Stone again. And then Duolingo will be solely for the purposes of like vocabulary and characters, like learning the characters themselves. Because unlike with Japanese and Chinese, there's literally thousands of them, and memorizing them is just not realistic. Korean has like a set number of characters where if you can actually get the correct pronunciation of those characters, properly learn how to enunciate that which I intend to say, then that work is done. I don't have to try to max out things that's like, when am I ever going to use this? Which, that is part of why I stopped Japanese, because it's like, dude, I can't kanji forever. I have a life. I have other things I have to do. So I'm just not going to do that. So, yeah, this one was a relatively short lesson, but I think I'm satisfied because I did get a takeaway from it that I intended. So, um, thank you for being on this journey with me today, and I will see you tomorrow. Cheers.